2 a.m., and David is still awake. His laptop glows in the dark as he stares at his unfinished essay. His eyes are blurry for staring at the screen for so long. He's exhausted, but sleep won't come. The next morning, he wakes up. He eats breakfast and makes it through the day pretending he's fine, but he's not. Inside, he feels like he's drowning. Later that evening, he's doom scrolling through Reels, comparing his life to the polished Instagram posts of others. He feels trapped in a cycle he can't escape. The cycle of anxiety, depression, and burnout. David's story is not unique, it's the reality for so many people today. Anxiety, depression, and burnout have all become silent epidemics, especially among our youth. According to the World Health Organization, mental health disorders affect 1 in 7 adolescents worldwide. Yet, mental health still remains misunderstood and too often ignored. We live in a world that teaches us how to recognize physical pain, but not the signs of emotional exhaustion. We're told to push through, hustle harder, and wear our busy schedule like a badge of honor. Meanwhile, burnout is celebrated as success, and exhaustion is mistaken for dedication. We're always taught to recognize mental health, but it's so easy to overlook this mental health, and it's so important to realize that it's way more vital as physical health. If you had a broken leg, nobody would tell you to just walk it off. Yet, when someone struggles with anxiety or depression, they're often met with dismissive advice. Just think positive, or you're being dramatic. Such comments don't just minimize the problem, they deepen the isolation many already feel. However, that begs the question, why are mental health issues on the rise, especially among young people? First and foremost is the misuse of technology. I know, we're sick and tired of our parents lecturing us about our screen time. Yet, it's so important to realize that if we pause and take a minute to realize that they're actually not wrong. Social media is a double-edged sword. I know it, you know it, yet we find ourselves helpless against it. The unhealthy comparisons, the pressure to appear perfect, and the need to keep up with all the viral trends just to fit in. We can argue with our parents all we want, saying how they'll never understand us or get it. However, we cannot argue with science. Research shows that excessive social media use is highly linked to higher anxiety rates and depression rates, especially among teenagers. The next reason for the rising mental health issue is the glorification of hustle culture. Our society equates worth with productivity. Isn't that true? We're always told that success means working long hours or always being on the go. This mindset leaves little room for self-care and balance. If things keep going as they are, the consequences of mental health are profound. Untreated mental health issues don't just affect individuals, they ripple outwards, impacting families, communities, and even economies. In fact, depression is now the leading cause of disability worldwide. It leads to burnout and reduced productivity, higher turnover rate, and strained relationships. But beyond the statistics are our human stories. The Davids of our world continue to suffer silently as they don't feel seen, heard or supported. However, it doesn't have to end this way. Going back to today's topic, I believe sharing visions means creating a future where talking about mental health is normal, not scary. It's about building a world where conversations about our struggles, emotions, and well-being are met with understanding and support, not fear and judgment. True strength isn't ignoring your struggles. It's rather about facing them. Imagine if schools taught mindfulness, workplaces embraced mental health days, and support came without judgment. The tools are there: therapy, mindfulness, open conversations, but it's up to us to use them the most. David's story doesn't have to end in silence. None of ours do. Together, let's build a world where mental health is a priority, not an afterthought. Thank you.